Introducing Meta Ray-Ban Display, the world's most advanced AI glasses. With a full color display built into the lens of the glasses, it's there when you need it and gone when you don't. Send and receive messages, translate or caption live conversations, collaborate with Meta AI, and more. Be one of the first to try Meta Ray-Ban Display. Visit meta.com/Meta Ray-Ban Display to book a demo and find your pair.
British Spy Stories Season 5 Kill or Be Killed. Episode 28. Her morning routine is something that Gabby sticks to wherever she is. Up at 6, a run, shower, eggs for breakfast, then ready for work by 8 a.m. She walks up to the command centre on the top floor of the house and scans the video feeds on the screens in front of her. In her inbox is the overnight review of activity from the GCHQ team supporting this operation. The report flags that, in their opinion, the project in the basement is nearing readiness and that the attack needs to happen urgently. An MI6 AI system called Mallory has edited together the pertinent video cuts from the last 12 hours showing all of the people of interest going in and out of the chateau. As the video rolls and Gabby watches, she can see the superimposed identification data displayed for each person. But the only relevant individuals are 2 criminal hackers who arrived yesterday and are wanted in 5 countries for illegal activities. Gabby opens her task log and reviews anything outstanding. She has half an hour before her next video call with London and sees the action about Louis' red notice that Hans had mentioned. "Call Inspector Dames," she says to the auto-dialer software, and a ringtone sounds from the speakers a moment later. "This is Dames. Inspector, this is Major Lane from MI6. I wanted to talk to you about a red notice that you issued through Interpol for a Louis Jacobs." She says today's security password to allow him to identify her. "How can I help?" he says. "What was the crime?" "He ran after we agreed that he would provide evidence against a criminal who we'd been after for a while in Belgium." "Rose Frossard." "You know her, do you?" "I do," says Gabby. "Did any police force find him and arrest him for you?" "I found him, actually. He'd gone down to the chateau in France to meet her and tell her that he no longer wanted to be part of her organization. But one of her heavies kidnapped him, with a view to murder, I think. All to stop him talking." "And did they kill him?" "No, they drugged him and took him out the back way." "The back way?" says Gabby, feeling her body react. "There are tunnels in the basement, like all these big old houses. Designed as escape routes for heretics years ago, weren't they?" "Inspector, this is Chateau Frossard you're talking about." "Yeah, you know it?" She ignores the question. "You're saying that there's tunnel entrances into the chateau?" "There's an entrance down towards the river," Louis said. "They took him out that way to avoid the main gates." Gabby's mind races, and she pauses as she thinks. "Are you still there, Major?" says Dames. Yes, Inspector, I need to go, but thank you for the information." She ends the call and dials MI6 Research Branch, where Agent Milwick is on duty. "Milwick, it's Black Hawk. I need urgent historical research. There are tunnels under the Chateau Frossard that provide access to the basements. I need plans, maps, dimensions, grid rafts of the access points, everything. And I need it today." Lastly, she dials Major Rogers, the SAS lead on the attack. "Rogers, update on our plan," she says. "We're going in tomorrow. And we're going in underground."
Meet the computer you can talk to. With Copilot on Windows, working, creating, and collaborating is as easy as talking. Got writer's block? Share your screen with Copilot Vision to help spark inspiration, and use Copilot Voice to have a conversation and brainstorm ideas. Or maybe you need some tech help. With Copilot Vision, Copilot sees what you see. Let Copilot talk you through step-by-step guidance so you can master new apps, games, and skills faster. Try now at windows.com/Copilot.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. Jay Kelly, the new film from Academy Award nominee Noah Baumbach. George Clooney stars as an actor confronting his past and present on a journey of self-discovery, alongside Adam Sandler as his devoted manager. Critics are calling it a declaration of love to the chaotic art of filmmaking, with the Wall Street Journal praising it as a transcendent comedy drama. Jay Kelly is now playing only on Netflix.
Since the fracas over lunch yesterday, Kate has been avoiding Rose and had breakfast brought up to her room. At a little after 10 a.m., Hans comes in and says they need to be seen around the place, as he's supposed to be comforting her as his damaged sister. They walk out to the gardens and, once out of earshot, they talk about the operation.
"It's tomorrow, Kate," he says. "Gabby told me just before we came out here. From what they can tell on the tracking devices, the software is nearly complete."
"I'm ready. I have a rifle and handguns in the hidden compartments in the car, plus smoke bombs and flash bombs."
"Rose caught me snooping around yesterday, trying to find Laravel," he says. "She's getting suspicious about me."
They walk on and follow a large arcing route through the gardens until they arrive at the driveway and start to go up towards the house. The grey gates are opening, and they turn their heads as they hear a car roll inside.
"That's a Bugatti Tourbillon,"
she says.
"Nice."
The black vehicle passes them, and she stoops to see who is driving. She'd know those dead eyes anywhere.
"Fuck,"
she says.
"What is it?"
Hans frowns.
"Antoine bloody Lambert, the guy I thought I'd killed several weeks ago. I'm busted, Hans. I have to leave."
The Bugatti stops on the gravel, and the driver's door swings up into the sunlight. Lambert steps out and stands, looking directly at Kate.
"This is a surprise," he calls to her. "A British spy? Here in the Chateau Froissart?"
Kate turns and runs to the garages down a side access road to find her Mercedes. She jumps in and presses the start button. The V8 roars into life, and the gravel spews up as she pushes out. Lambert is back in his Bugatti. The gates of the chateau are still open, and Kate powers out into the square as the Bugatti follows her. She hurtles through the narrow roads of the town, and can see the Bugatti 50 yards behind her. A woman is crossing the road ahead with her pushchair. She's right in the centre of the road, and Kate is forced to speed past too close to the pair. Then she hits the pedal and accelerates out of the built-up area and into the French countryside. Her Mercedes crosses the River Romanche, then starts to climb into the Pyrenees as the black car catches up. They reach a long stretch of road with a sheer drop to the left, and Lambert takes the opportunity to accelerate along the straight, using his V16 engine. He draws up alongside her Mercedes, and for a moment, they exchange glances. Lambert swerves towards her. Kate is pushed up onto the grass verge by the roadside, and skids on the loose dirt. Her wheels slip for a moment, and the Mercedes starts to spin towards Lambert. He brakes and slows. Kate turns full lock, and her car pulls out of the spin, but continues too far, and she looks the other way to bring the nose back straight. She pushes out along the road, increasing the distance between them as Lambert accelerates. He is coming again and on her tail. The straight stretch of highway comes to an end, and the road starts to track around the shape of the Grand Lac de Lafry below them. The sun glints off the water as Kate pushes her Mercedes faster to keep ahead of the Bugatti. She needs to find a location to draw Lambert out of his vehicle. And on the next corner, there's a side road that leads to the shoreline. The road is twisty, and she negotiates the curves at speed before coming out of the tree line to see the vast bluey-green water of the lake in front of her. There's a holiday home on one side of the road, and she pulls onto the gravel surrounding the house. She can hear the Bugatti up the hill as it follows her route. Kate leaves the Mercedes where Lambert will see it, and she jumps out. In the boot, she flips open the cover to an MI6 modification to the vehicle that provides an arms store in the bulkhead. She pulls out her sniper rifle and a Beretta M9 handgun, then runs for cover into the house. She smashes a pane in the back door and pulls the handle. The place has a large ground floor room with vast windows giving a view of the lake. There are 2 bedrooms down here too, but Kate takes the stairs to get higher up. In the master bedroom, she pulls the curtains across the glass and drags a tall chest of drawers over to the window to provide a rest for her rifle. She loads a bullet into the mechanism and waits. The Bugatti arrives within 1 minute. She hears the engine noise descend as Lambert stops, and the dihedral driver's door opens. From her position in the main bedroom, Kate has the advantage of being able to see him, but he can't see her. In his hand, he is holding a Grash MP433 handgun. She can hear his shoes on the gravel as he moves towards her. Kate focuses her eye through the sight. Lambert scans the house, but he can't see where the woman is. There's a glint of sunlight from one window, and he instantly knows what that means. He drops to the ground as a bullet rams into the gravel behind him. She swears under her breath at the missed opportunity. Lambert is running now towards the house in the time before she reloads. Kate throws the rifle across her back and pulls the Beretta out as she descends the staircase. Lambert is there outside the back door. His fingers grasp the handle. She opens fire. 3 rounds crash the peace and quiet of the French countryside. The first hits his shoulder, the second his hand, and the third splinters the wood on the doorframe. He runs. There's no cover immediately near the house, and he has to cross the road and descend down onto the flat land near the lakeside. Lambert looks back and can see her bolt out of the house, in pursuit. The blood from his hand is dropping down his fingers and onto the ground, but he has no time to stop the flow. He finds trees near the water and disappears into the greenery. He finds a dip in the land and drops down into it. It gives him cover and, critically, he has a clear view of the path through the woodland in front of him. Lambert can see Kate's shadow pass by the tree line. He waits on the earth amongst the trees. The distant sound of cars on the road up the hillside cascade down to him, but they're faint, and he can hear nothing else. Kate circles the trees. She stops by the water, then continues through the shallows to skirt the coppice and gain ingress behind her quarry. The shallows near the bank of the lake only last for a few feet. Then she is pushed further out into the water as the trees come right down to the bankside. It is deeper here, but she ventures out as she needs to gain the upper hand, and this is her only route. After a ridge, the lake bed drops away steeply, and the water reaches her chest. She holds up her rifle and Beretta out of the water. At any moment, she could lose her footing on the uneven lake bed. She inches along step by step, feeling the ground under the water each time before she moves her weight onto the next leg. There's a break in the trees now, only 20 paces, and she can get back onto dry land. Kate steps, feels the solid lake bed, and steps again. Suddenly there's nothing beneath her foot. She slips and falls underwater. The rush of pressure pushes into her ears. She takes a lungful of lake water, but surfaces. Her clothing is dragging her down, and she has to use all of her strength to swim back to the bank. She pulls herself up and half out of the water. The rifle has gone. It must have slipped off her body as she went under. But her fingers are still clasping the Beretta. Kate sits on the ground and pulls the handgun apart. She gets as much water out of it as possible and reassembles it. She checks her extended magazine, and there are 17 bullets left, but after being submerged, she'll have to test the weapon. That will reveal her location, but it must be done. She finds a fallen tree trunk in the clearing and fires into it. Given the silence here, Lambert immediately hears the muffled sound of a gun being fired somewhere along by the lakeside. He turns his head in the direction of the noise. The trees are denser behind him, fed by the moisture from the lake near their roots, and he can't see anyone. There are no more shots. So after a minute he stands and walks into the woodland. He tries to go in the general direction of the noise that he heard. The bullet that had hit his shoulder was only a glancing blow, but his hand is throbbing with pain. The bones in his hand are damaged. He can feel them out of place. As he walks, he inspects the wound. The blood has started to congeal on his skin. He'll leave it for now, but he'll need to get it seen to when he gets back to the chateau. Lambert walks on. Kate can still feel the taste of lake water in her throat. She walks uphill to give her a wider view of the woodland, then ducks down into cover behind a large beech tree. From this vantage point, Kate can see the water to her left and the start of the tree line from the house to her right. She scans the landscape. There's a movement in the branches, central to her view. It could be a fox. No, the trees are moving above ground level. It's a man. She has no clear shot from where she is, so moves slowly to one side and downhill. She can see the outline of the man now, walking slowly. He's 50 meters away. He turns his head. It's not Lambert. Kate hears a twig crack, near her, to the left. She turns. Lambert is there, his gun raised, but she's too quick for him. Kate pulls the trigger on her Beretta, and he returns fire. She can feel a bullet thump into a tree near her, before a shot of pain cracks through her wrist. One of her rounds buries itself into Lambert's leg, and he falls to one side, but keeps firing. The pain rolls through her flesh, on her right forearm. She swaps her gun to the left, turns and fires, but he's gone. Kate grits her teeth as the blood pushes out of her skin. She pulls off her jacket, ties one arm of the clothing to a branch, wraps the sleeve around her damaged arm, and pulls tight, leaning back to get extra pressure on the wound. She breathes deeply through her nose, waiting for the endorphins to at least dull the grinding agony. She closes her eyes as her heart pounds in her chest. After a minute, Kate releases the pressure, and the flow oozes back out, but it's less than before. She rips the sleeve off her jacket, ties it around her arm as best she can, then moves off. She reaches the tree line and looks out across the land before her. The Bugatti is still outside the house, near her car, so Lambert is still somewhere around here. There's no sign of the other man she saw in the woods, but he looked like a walker who happen to have crossed into their battle zone. Kate decides to break cover, or she'll never find Lambert. She steps out to the lakeside. Kate walks back across the road, but as she does so, the Bugatti fires up. Lambert is there, behind the wheel. The car starts to move straight towards her. She manages to swerve away for the first pass, but he skids the Bugatti on the gravel and comes again. She runs, the Bugatti on her tail. On his second pass, the side of the car hits her leg, and she falls to the ground. Kate is up immediately. She needs a solution. The Bugatti turns, spewing dust from the ground. Kate heads off the road and towards the lake. Lambert steers towards the water after her. The V16 is right behind her now. The sound of the engine builds. Kate turns, aims her Beretta, and fires at Lambert. She keeps firing until her magazine is empty. The first round had hit him in the head, and he was dead, long before the Bugatti roars to the edge of the bank and doesn't stop. It launches off a rise in the land and plummets nose first into the lake. Kate is on the ground. Her arm is still bleeding. She raises her head as the Bugatti hits the water. It floats for a few seconds, then tips below the surface, and the air gasps out of the falling machine. She falls onto her back and looks at the sky. Kate's heart is still pounding, and her arm is still throbbing. But now, she's smiling.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Discover Mercer Labs Museum of Art and Technology in New York City, where creativity meets innovation. This holiday season, immerse yourself in a world of interactive exhibits, digital masterpieces, and unforgettable experiences. Whether you're with family, friends, or exploring solo, Mercer Labs invites you to see art and technology in a whole new light. Get your tickets now at mercerlabs.com and redefine your museum experience.